Shalom, shalom, all praise and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, the honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone, the Akim out there, that be pushing his truth with nothing but sincerity in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. So I seen a documentary of Jim Jones not too long ago, right? A couple nights ago, and I said in camp yesterday that these new Christians, they're the new Jim Jones. Slovakia. And they're the new Jim Jones because everyone that goes to their congregation, man, they're dead though. Because look at what happened in the People's Temple in Jonestown. People ended up taking their lives drinking that shit that got them killed, or they got killed though. So these Christian pastors, which they are the Jim Jones because the flocks are going to them though, and they're pretty much walking to a slaughterhouse, going to a congregation for a Christian, right? Christian church. And that's the thing, man. And so, Jim Jones, right? He was his pastor from Indiana. I think he was a Christian pastor, most likely. All he said was Jesus this and Jesus that. He manipulated so many people and shit to thinking he was God himself. You see, so that's the thing, man. If you're a Christian, man, you're an Israelite, going to a Christian congregation, you gotta wake up because these people and shit don't tell you the real history, They don't tell you the real history within anything. And they damn well ain't gonna fucking tell you though. You see? That's why yesterday the brother brought which we are still in Hanukkah. And that's why I was like, man, that's why they put out that Apocrypha, you know what I mean? Because our people wouldn't even know about Hanukkah because it tells you that in the first book of Maccabees, the 4th chapter. You see what I'm saying though? Which that book does belong in the Bible though. It is part of the Bible, Slovakia. And that's the thing, man. We're living in these times where even these Israelite camps though, besides GMS, they be coming out of the woodworks, But we can't be fooled by these, because they don't got the full the full doctrine. Then we ain't gonna be messing with them, So let me get Matthew 7:15. Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are raven wolves. And that was Jim Jones right there, because he came at you as like this lovable, peaceable person, right? But inside, man, he was just wicked as fuck, man. He was taking drugs for sure, though. He was hella taking drugs for sure, though. But people believe in him and shit that they probably bypassed that shit, Making his own Ethiopia out there in Guyana, you know what I mean? Try to build his own shit. But guess what? The Most High, they didn't allow that shit, though. You know what I mean? So he ended up shooting himself in the head. Or he probably got shot in the head, who knows? But this guy was fucking he came at you. That's what these Christians do, man. They come at you with these suits and ties and shit. They tell you Jesus is good, except Jesus. But that's the thing, man. Like, we don't believe in Jesus though. We live in Yahweh Shai. So a bunch of evil things are about to come though. You know what I mean? And like I said, man, they come at you like, all nice and shit, and these nice clothes, a nice church, so-called, nice church and shit. They tell you to come in, they say peaceful words. But that's all they do, man, trying to make you feel good. Fuck how we feel, man. It's about just doing the work for Yahweh Hashem Al Shai. You know what I mean? It don't matter how lower state we are. You got to put in that work, though. See, it's so easy for our people just to go to church, though. They tell you some nice things, though, and you feel good all by yourself. All joyful about yourself. But nah, man, you want to call yourself a person of God? You got to actually do the work, though, man. See what I'm saying, though? So It's ridiculous how these fucking people think, man. So let me get Psalms 15 and 16. The heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made. In the net which they hid is their own foot taken. That was Jim Jones. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executed. The wicked is a snare, which is a trap, in the work of his own hands. You see? He was making his Ethiopia place in Guyana out there. But guess what? That was his fucking downfall. Because this congressman from California and some news crew members went out there. And afterwards, they started taking people out of it because people started speaking up, saying they wanted to go home from like that People's Temple place. And then Jim Jones sent his people, and they actually killed the congressman and the news people, man. They actually went out there and started shooting and killing the people and shit. You know what I mean? So like I said, he was just making his bed. Jim Jones was making his bed, which was the People's Temple, and eventually he laid on it, fucking died. That's why it says the Lord is known by the judgment which he executed. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Making your own bed, it's gonna be time for you to sleep on that shit. See? And that's the thing, man. Jim Jones thought he was gonna build something, but he started boosting himself too much though. Which brings me to this precept. Two actually. Exalt not thyself in the counsel of thy own heart, that thy soul be not torn in pieces as a bowstring alone. See? Exalt not thyself in the counsel of the own heart, which is the own mind. You know what I mean? Don't be boosting yourself in your own mind, thinking you're gonna be able to do what the fuck you want, man. And that's the thing, man. Going back to Proverbs, I think it's 29. If I'm not mistaken, 24. Oh, got here. 23. A man's pride shall bring him low, but honor shall uphold the humble in spirit. But he wasn't humble, man. He wasn't humble at all. He was all prideful. He was making his own fucking, trying to be his own, God, call it People's Temple. He tried to do all this shit, man. And the Most High brought him down. You know what I mean? The Most High brought his ass down, which is funny though. And whatever happened to that guy, he got what he got though. Looking like fucking Elvis Presley and shit though. Man, that dude was crazy, man. He really was crazy. And he had a lot of Jake people too in his people temple. He had a lot of Jake women, a lot of black girl, or so-called black girl, in his fucking place. You know what I mean? But that's the thing, man. Our people are easy to get manipulated, man. Our people are fucking what's that word? Sottish people, man. Our people are sottish people, and they're dumb, man. They'll fucking believe anything, especially when you bring up money. They'll fucking sell their soul for that shit, though. You see? Proverbs 16:4. The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So the Most High programmed Jim Jones to do what he did, though. You know what I mean? He programmed Jim Jones thought. He thought he had, what's that word? Autonomy. He thought he had autonomy, but guess what? The Most High fucking made him do the things what he did, though. And that's for the people in the People's Temple and shit. He made them think all that shit, though. So all that shit had to happen no matter what, though. All that shit, the people dying and all that had to happen, though. So when the Most High does things, though, he uses, fucking Esau to conduct his work. Do his work, because Esau is just a little vessel to the Most High. And that's the truth, man. Esau is just a little vessel to the Most High. Esau thinks he trying to take over the world. control the world. I mean, but the Most High is gonna come down with his, you know, iron fist, though, man, the rod, man. And that's the thing, man. So like I said, just Jim Jones thought he was doing what he was doing in his own mind, but guess what? It was the Most High just using that guy. In realization, it was the truth, man. The Most High was using that guy just to conduct his wickedness, but it all came from the Most High. That's why it says, Slakia. That's why it says, yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil. Let me get 55 and 21. Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. See, this guy spoke like he was the holy guy, man. You know what I mean? He talked like he was convincing. I'm talking about he had people at the People's Temple with guns and shit, man. How was that a holy though? He had fucking the way he talked and shit, and made you believe though. Cause I hear him when he was talking shit, he'll made you kind of believe in shit though. You know what I mean? He wasn't an idiot. He made you believe though. But it says, but war was in his heart. So this guy he had a faint heart. He had a evil heart though, man, because of the shit what he did. You know what I mean? But like I said, the Most High made him do what he had to do though, and that's just the end. That's the final. So these Christian pastors, they try to sweet talk, man. They try, like, we talk to a girl, you try to sweet talk, and try to get you to fucking try to get you. You know what I mean? And that's how these Christian pastors are though. They try to get you and shit like that, make you feel good and all that shit though, man, with their smooth mouth though. But in realization, man, those guys, the Christian church is a joke, man. A lot of people are leaving, man. Especially Jake people are leaving, man. And that's the funny thing, man. So, cause me, them pastors don't get into the breakdowns like we do, They don't get into no breakdowns and shit. They can't break down even the book of Revelation. They don't even bring it out like that. You know what I mean? They don't bring out the book of Revelation like that. So, so with that, hopefully this video is edifying. To the next one I say, Shalom.